Yo, what is good? My anniversary is good. God of high school. We are looking at a very, very interesting turn of events with not only one character doing something I really didn't expect of him so early in the show. To see him kind of just throw everything away for someone that he knows less than the two people he's hanging out with kind of showcases just what kind of character he really is. And I think we know characters like him, like for instance Gone, and like everybody who really was angry or feeling some type of way when Gone was under attack is a good feeling of what I got here. But it's crazy to think that he threw away his tournament life for, possibly stopping somebody from losing a fight, right? And then once it started getting into the situation where he had this talk with the guy and he told him about, I may lose this fight, I may win this fight, but as long as I'm capable of still doing martial arts, as long as I'm still capable of using my two hands, my feet, I'll be alright. Like, he wasn't gonna be too beaten up about losing the fight. It's just the simple fact of the matter that because he's not saying I give up, because he's still in the ring, holy crap, why did I take that much damage? um, all of those things are the main cases as to why we're still looking at our main character jumping in the way he does. He does not want this person to lose his whole entire ability to actually be able to fight and to actually be able to go all out. So it was really nice to see him, stand up for what he actually believes is right. What he believes is the right thing to do is jumping in there and absolutely making sure this person doesn't, lose, excuse me, all capabilities to be able to fight again and train and, get better at what he wants to do. But with all that being said, we get two instances that are pretty awesome here. One being the guy that I was telling y'all is a ridiculous fighter who had his arms folded up and stuff. We got to absolutely see him take damage and just bounce back from it like as if nothing happened. So it kind of tells you something about the overall leveling, or not leveling, the overall skill gap between everybody, or just power gap. As soon as he released one hand, it wasn't even a match anymore. And to think uh, he had both hands free and he still gets worked like the way he did, that was pretty dope and crazy to me. I love the example of him getting just ridiculously angry, trying to let loose all of his power and his attacks, but they're being snuffed, like they're being stopped by our main character. They're being actually handled, and with one character already not saying please forgive me and I'm sorry and all this stuff like he had to back in the past, it was already triggering him to a point to maybe remembering himself instead of remembering the person who inflicted pain on him. He thought about himself and how, just uh, dumb it was to give up, and he should have just kept going. And probably to see someone that isn't giving up in the same situation or worse, where he has full control of the fight and he could do whatever he wants to this guy, he's not giving up, and that's maybe a reason why he's actually, angry at the end of the day and still going. He's like, you should just have given up like I did. So I'm really interested in seeing what the person was capable of doing to make him so, like, have that much PTSD over it, right? Not only that, we see just how quickly our main character is, and he left and jumped in the ring, got into the fight before our other people that he's hanging out with even looked to the right to see if he was still there. I honestly think God of High School is going to be ridiculously fire, but I will say I have actually one complaint about it, and it's probably nothing that the studio could do about it, because if they left it without the stuff that I'm mad about, it probably would have looked really uh, weird, I guess you can say. But the blur, man, the overall like camera blur or the camera shakes, it's so cringe, bro. Camera shakes and uh, making it so we can't even do anything, like where you can't even see how things are playing out. That type of stuff irks me. And to think that it was a lot of this show in the case of just um, in the case of like the battle parts that I wanted to see, that was unfortunate. But I guess sometimes it has to be done if they can't really make the animation look as crisp as they wanted to. So I guess it's whatever whatevs. But overall, man, other than just how much camera shake there was, seeing the guy walk in, the owner of the tournament, and his clean suit and stuff, and then somehow put down our main character the same way he put down those people on that island, it's pretty safe to say that this guy is ridiculous. And for having such a power, it seems like the only way to fight someone like that is to get powers of your own, or you already have them and you're not using them, type of deal. So he jumps in, saves somebody, and seemingly is going to get a punishment that we don't know about. But the problem is, for me, how I would have just let the guy who released his arms fight that fight against him. But yeah, it's, you know, disturbing the tournament and the order of the bracket and all this different stuff. So I kind of like that way of thinking. Like, they could have been on opposite side of brackets, and somehow he's in there fighting him already, messing up how the tournament's supposed to play out in general. Especially if they wanted to see that guy go all the way and almost kill the guy just because he wasn't going to surrender or break his arms and legs, and then they would have stopped the fight. Whatever the case, they really seemed like they didn't care and they just wanted to see the end game of that. But yeah, man, the whole him dropping the sword into the lake and stuff felt like it was just a little bit of that friendship growing situation. Other than that, it was just there to be there because it went right back to what I wanted to see, the fight. But overall, let me know what you're thinking about God of High School. I think it's doing quite well. I do expect really big things from it because of how many people have talked it up and made it seem the best way it is. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing just what people see in this show to give it such credit. And so far, so well, with 2 episodes of making me hype and on board. So we'll see how this all turns out. Hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. With that being said, peace. I almost sneezed in your ear. That'd have been gross. See if I can get this dub. I want to play. 50-50. Bot. Alright. Final round. But yeah, that guy with the cross on his hand is broken. Oh my god. You thought